Investigative journalist Jonathan Lee Riches in the know, covering the Summer Wells case. Summer Wells went missing June 15th, 2021, Hawkins County, Tennessee. She has still not been found. Where is Summer Wells? Let's talk about Don Wells, Summer's father, the prime suspect in the disappearance of his own daughter, Summer Wells. I'm going to play for everyone 2 clips because we're going to talk about Don Wells. We're going to talk about his timeline on June 15th, 2021, what came out of his own mouth. I'm going to play 2 clips because in this first clip, he talks about what transpired after 3:30 p.m., June 15th, 2021. Check it out.
Okay, when did you find out that Candus was having to take Grandis to the ER that morning?
I probably called, I don't know, I think I was going to go to the house probably at 3:30 or something, and called and said she was out. And I had to take care of all that, so I thought, well, I might as well stay at work and work for a while.
Yeah.
And had a big conversation with my buddy out there for like an hour. We just sit there and talk. Well, we've always done that, though.
Right.
And then I started to go back to work, and she called me and said she couldn't find Summer nowhere. And I said, well, call 911, and I'll hang up, and I'll call 911, and I'll be on my way home. I was just hoping all the way home that they'd find her, but that never happened. Never happened.
So in that clip, he talks about talking with someone after 3:30 for like an hour or so, right? Who is that person he's talking about? Well, I might have an idea, because in another clip I'm about to show you, he talks about that day, June 15th, 2021, talking to a Jaimey Killion. Check it out.
Can you tell us if they verified that you were at work that day? Did you know if they spoke to your boss?
I don't know exactly what they verified, but, my boss, Richard Tucker, he knows. He talked to me that day. I also talked to Jaimey Killion. He was there. I talked to him for 30, 40 minutes after, that day too. But trying to remember, but I think I talked to Richard about 30 minutes before I got the phone call, and then I had to load my tools up and head to the house as fast as I could. So, yeah. But I think they could tell. I was driving a Subaru that day, so I think they could tell by that too, because it's a brand new Subaru.
Jaimey Killion. So that clip I just shared doesn't necessarily say that was after 3:30 p.m. like that first clip, but it does say that Don Wells says that he talked to a Jaimey Killion that day, June 15th, 2021. Who is Jaimey Killion? Well, it looks like Jaimey Killion works for Tucker Drywall, Don Wells' employer at the time, before Don Wells' employer fired him. Jaimey Killion. So is Jaimey Killion one of the alibis to Don Wells, or a guy Don Wells is just saying I talked to? And did Don Wells talk to Jaimey Killion after 3:30 p.m.? Because I think 3:30 to 6:30 is very crucial when it comes to this case. Don Wells hasn't proven any alibi. Don Wells basically said from the beginning he's went on YouTube to try to seek help, and it's created problems. Well, Don Wells has went on YouTube to muddy the waters and keep the deflection off him. Authorities know that too. Authorities clearly are watching Don Wells' every moves, every word he says. Don Wells is the prime suspect in the disappearance of his daughter, Summer Wells. Where is Summer Wells? What do you know about Jaimey Killion? Would he be able to validate what Don Wells said out of his own mouth? And these are 2 recent clips within the last 2 months. Within the last 2 months, Don Wells has left the state of Tennessee, took Candus with them, staying in a hotel in Springdale, Arkansas. They make videos out of there, and then they go on all these YouTube channels, Don Wells, and he still plays the victim and still deflects and points fingers at everyone else, and oh, woe is me. You know, nothing bad about Don Wells. You know, been in and out of jail and prison for the last 40 years. Multiple mugshots of Don Wells. Don Wells, the prime suspect in his daughter's disappearance. Now he apparently has to go back to Tennessee because he has a probation violation. I didn't know he was on probation. What's that all about? You know, is authorities going to zero in on him there? Maybe. Maybe they have some plans for Don Wells. Apparently Don Wells has, you know, had a job in Arkansas, didn't show up at his job, got fired, then lied to his PO and said he was working while he was sitting in a hotel making YouTube videos. Don Wells, the father of missing Summer Wells, the prime suspect in the disappearance of his own daughter. If you have any credible information about the whereabouts of Don Wells, June 15th, 2021, where was Don Wells on the afternoon of June 15th, 2021? This is Summer, his daughter. And Don... Justice is coming for Don Wells. Very, very soon. Very, very soon. Justice is coming for this guy, Don Wells, the prime suspect in the disappearance of his own little girl, Summer Wells. If you have any credible information about his whereabouts that day, please contact Tennessee Borough Investigation at 1-800-TBI-FIND. Justice for Summer Wells. We are Summer's Army. We are not going anywhere. And we will continue to shed light on who Don Wells is, the father, and also bring awareness to Summer's situation. If you know something, please come forward. Please come forward and share that information with authorities as they build a case against Don Wells. This guy, Donald Wesley Wells Jr. We will talk soon. Stay tuned.